Hello, friends. Warm welcome to the Wellness Inspired Podcast, the place where you can find inspiration, motivation, and empowerment in the pursuit of a wellness lifestyle. I'm your host, Sherry Davidson, and as always, I'm here with my Terrier Mix rescue dog and co-host, Ben. He is also my co-worker, trail runner, and amazing sidekick. And this is the last episode in the three-part series, 3 Myths About Acupuncture. And if you've been following along, I hope you've enjoyed the first 2 episodes. Acupuncture is painful, episode number 25, and acupuncture only treats pain, episode 26. And now we're on to episode 27. Most of you know I have been practicing acupuncture and herbal medicine for a long time. And I've said this in the past 2 episodes, but I truly believe in the value of what I do. Traditional Chinese medicine, or we call it TCM, has so much to offer you in health and wellness, prevention, and treatment. Acupuncture has been used for centuries, and it is one of the most popular forms of alternative and complementary medicines in the United States. However, despite its long history, acupuncture is often met with skepticism in Western medicine and the Western world. Many myths surround the ancient practice and have circulated for years, and it can be challenging to separate fact from fiction. So, in these 3 episodes, I am dispelling 3 of the most common myths about acupuncture. The myths are: acupuncture is painful, acupuncture is only used to treat pain, and acupuncture is not supported by science. And I feel it is important to discuss these common myths because it could be the obstacle preventing you from living a healthier life. And I hope by the end of the 3-part series, you will have more clarity and understanding of acupuncture. That way, you can make the decision to try acupuncture and experience this powerful medicine. So, if you're on the fence about trying acupuncture or just curious about it, these episodes are for you. Are you ready? All right, let's do this. Today, I'm going to address another common myth about acupuncture. Myth 3, acupuncture is not supported by science. If you're like most people, when you think of acupuncture, the first thing that comes to mind is ancient Chinese medicine, a medicine that has been practiced for over 5,000 years. Acupuncture is part of a bigger system, TCM, and it is the most widely practiced medicine for diagnosing and treatment of illnesses, as well as prevention and well-being. Acupuncture is the most widely practiced, and acupuncture is also one people seem to have strong opinions about. But not many people know much about it. This ancient medicine has withstood the test of time. Why? Well, that's another episode coming. But acupuncture is from a different time, place, and language. And it can be hard to wrap your head around. And I totally get that. Some people think it's a waste of time and money, hocus pocus, placebo, woo-woo, while others praise and swear by its benefits. And I would not be doing it if I didn't believe it or see people benefiting from this amazing medicine. And I'm not sure how they figured it out 5,000 years ago, but it works. And my thoughts are they didn't have the same distractions back then that we have now. Computers, TVs, iPhones, you name it. They were more in touch with themselves and, more importantly, nature. They believed that we are part of nature and not separate from it. They observed the way of the world, and they applied that to our bodies and medicine. And that's how they came up with the system, in a very simplistic explanation. In fact, today, we still use the same terminology: wind, damp, stagnation, rivers, seas. Those are a few. There's a whole world inside of us, inside of each of us. We are an ecosystem, and every part relies on every other part to function properly. I can go on all day. It makes total sense to me. However, in the West, we like things backed by science. I love and appreciate science, but I also believe in the world of mystery. And if I observe something working, I may not know how it works, but I'll use it as long as it works. Just like I'm not sure how we all got here in this universe, but we all seem to be here, so I'll keep playing along. So, what does the science say? Is acupuncture a legitimate treatment or just a waste of time, hocus pocus, woo-woo, or placebo? Well, let's find out. You may not realize this, but modern medicine has begun to understand this ancient medicine of acupuncture with support of new studies conducted by leading scientists, hospitals, and medical research facilities worldwide. This growing body of scientific evidence supports acupuncture's efficacy for various health conditions. And this was in the last episode, but I want to mention it here again. In 2003, the WHO published a paper on acupuncture. The paper listed 28 conditions for which acupuncture was proven through controlled trials to be an effective treatment. The WHO also listed another 63 conditions acupuncture was shown to have a therapeutic effect. This means the response after treatment of any kind, the result of which are judged to be useful and favorable. So let's talk about a few. Again, if you listen to the last episode, acupuncture only treats pain, you know that acupuncture and the treatment of pain has been studied and documented since the early 1600s in Europe and 1800s in the United States. It has been studied and documented much longer in China. In fact, there was a China study conducted in 2013 by Clinical Journal of Pain concluded that low back pain, the most common musculoskeletal condition, can be relieved by acupuncture with no adverse side effects. And I believe because of the extensive studies on pain, specifically low back pain, Medicare in the United States started covering acupuncture for back pain only several years ago. And if you go to the link, and I'll put this in the show notes, it's the NCCAOM Acupuncture and Herbal Medicine News and Resource Center. Scroll down to chronic pain, you will see a long list of articles and research. A few of the titles in the list: 1, acupuncture pain relief confirmed; acupuncture low back pain relief finding confirmed; Princeton Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine treats physical and emotional conditions; acupuncture head relief determined significant; and acupuncture pain relief after C-section. The list goes on and on and on. So if you want to dive in deeper, the link will be in the show notes for you. And how many of you struggle with generalized anxiety? Not sure what generalized anxiety disorder is? It is characterized by excessively intense and debilitating chronic anxiety. Sufferers cannot relax, startle easily, and have impaired concentration. Overall, sufferers are chronically worried and anxious. Well, I have some good news for you. In 2014, Health CMI published new research that showed acupuncture can, in fact, calm anxiety disorder. And check this out. It was more advantageous than drugs in treating generalized anxiety disorder. Recently, I read a stat that said anxiety drugs are only effective for 1 in every 5 people. And most of the drugs have side effects. Side effects like weight gain, insomnia, high blood pressure, upset stomach, fatigue, and sexual dysfunction. So I think and believe that acupuncture is worth trying first. I see a lot of anxiety in the clinic and people benefit from acupuncture treatments all the time. But I also like doing herbal formulas and some coaching around it. And again, if you want to dive in a little bit deeper to reading more studies and articles on the treatment of anxiety with acupuncture and herbs, again, you can go to the NCCAOM Acupuncture and Herbal Medicine News and Resource Center. Link will be in the show notes. Another more current area of research is in vitro fertilization, or IVF, and acupuncture. The BMJ published an article on a systematic review and meta-analysis of the effects of acupuncture on rates of pregnancy and live birth among women undergoing in vitro fertilization. The study found that women undergoing IVF were 65% more likely to become pregnant when they integrated acupuncture into their normal IVF treatments. And what about insomnia? An article published by the Health CMI, acupuncture has been found effective for the alleviation of insomnia in modern research. One meta-analysis found that acupuncture was superior to sham or placebo controls for improving sleep. Another article published by Health CMI, researchers found acupuncture to be more effective than drugs for treatment of insomnia. more powerful than the hypnotic psychoactive drug benzodiazepine. That's powerful. And listen to this. If you struggle with insomnia and anxiety, they often come in a pair. A study published in the Journal of Neuropsychiatry and Clinical Neurosciences found that acupuncture is effective in treatment of insomnia and anxiety. And let's move on. How about menopause? There are many things that come along with menopause, but one of the most disruptive to daily life is hot flashes. So for all the women out there experiencing hot flashes, this should be a beautiful song in your ear. In an article published by Health and Medicine in 2014, a review of more than 100 studies shows that menopausal women benefit from acupuncture in the treatment of hot flashes. Another meta-analysis study published by the Journal of North American Menopause Society confirms that acupuncture improves hot flash frequency and severity, other menopausal-related symptoms, and quality of life in women experiencing natural menopause. There are other reasons why you can go into menopause, one of them being medication-induced, and some conditions will throw you into menopause, but this is the natural occurring menopause. This is a condition I often see in my clinic and usually get great results with acupuncture and herbs. There is nothing more satisfying than when someone comes in and says, I have not had a hot flash in over a week and my sleep has been amazing. Thank you so much. I love that. And it was all done naturally. So as you can see, acupuncture is backed by science. This is just the very, very tip of the iceberg. What's important here is acupuncture has been and is being studied for its efficacy in the treatment of many health conditions. And what they are finding is this ancient medicine works. And according to a study published in the Archives of Internal Medicine, 51% of medical doctors understand the efficacy and value of acupuncture. And medical doctors refer patients to acupuncturists more than any other alternative healthcare providers. And like I said, this is just the tip of the iceberg. A link to the NCCAOM, the National Certification Commission for Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine, will be in the show notes if you want to look up other specific conditions. It will be there along with some other links. So if you want to have a little fun, do a little research, it'll all be there for you. Well, I think this is a good place to finish up. The next time someone tries to tell you acupuncture is a pseudoscience based on ancient Chinese mysticism, not real medicine, you can set them straight. There is a significant body of evidence from scientific studies to support the efficacy of acupuncture for pain relief, anxiety, insomnia, IVF, and menopause, and many, many more. So if you're looking for an alternative to Western medicine, give acupuncture a try. It just might surprise you and help you feel better. Okay, what did you all think? As always, I really enjoyed sharing this information with you. And I hope this episode gave you a better understanding of the proven efficacy and value of acupuncture in treatment of various health conditions. And I hope you give it a try. Well, that ends the 3-part series, The 3 Myths About Acupuncture. Again, I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more on this ancient healing modality. Next episode, I will take it in a different direction. The holidays are the perfect time to talk about the design concept hygge. That's all I'm going to say here, so I hope you join us. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to the podcast and share with your family and friends. You can also give me a rating and review wherever you listen to your podcast. It helps others find me as well. To get updates on new episodes and wellness inspiration in your inbox, please join the Wellness Inspired community. Go to thewellnessinspiredpodcast.com to sign up, and I'll put the link to the website in the show notes so you can click and join. Also, there's a Facebook community at The Wellness Inspired, and you can follow me on Instagram at wellness_inspired. If you're in the Houston area or just visiting and interested in our services, acupuncture, herbal medicine, cupping, and shiatsu, or dry needling therapy, contact us. You can find more on our website at element5om.com. That's element 5om.com. And I'll put that link in the show note as well. If you're interested in health and wellness coaching, we can connect in the clinic or on Zoom. Reach out and we'll get you on the schedule. And as always, I would love to hear your feedback. I'm dedicated to bringing you great content that is inspiring and informative with an artsy, fun, edgy spin. Thank you so much for listening. We'll meet here again next time. And never stop exploring, learning, loving, and being you. Bye.